Stagnation, welcome back to the channel. Are you still saving your hard-earned money in a traditional bank account? Well, you may think twice after we're done with this video here. First, we would like to ask that you please understand what money is and what may or may not, or what you may or may not want to store in a traditional bank. Say, for example, if you have a lot of gold like Peter Schiff, great time. You can get a safety deposit box and store it in a traditional bank. I'm saying bank. Now, money, right, is any item or verifiable record that is generally accepted in exchange for goods or services, repayments of debt, so on and so forth. So we agree then that the primary function of money is to serve as a medium of exchange, unit of account, and store of value. A standard of deferred payment is what I'll say money is.
I'll pay you later. I'll take a day.
Exactly.
Pay you later.
Exactly. So we can now see that the value of money is consequentially derived by social convention. Double O.
I would jump in here by repeating exactly that because I think over a period of time, we the people have lost the definition of money, and we've allowed some good branding and good marketing to have us looking at currency and paper instead of what money really is. You and I on this show right now is money because it's our energy being consumed.
Right.
Money is energy. It's social. It's social conscience. It's like literally
Value.
right?
Exactly.
Medium of exchange. You want to trade something. I want to exchange your service. Let's use money for that. It's a unit of accounting. 2 cows equals X amount of milk.
Right.
Something like that, right? A store of value. You can't carry cows around. So you gotta find another way to say this represents my cow. What they've convinced you to think is IOU, just some paper, and make you think that that is money. That is not money. It's some contract that somebody made up. And that IOU might not be real, as we are starting to find out.
Absolutely. In fact, I think that it's just
deferred
paper
payments,
with
right?
no backing. Well, it's factually paper with no backing, as we know.
Exactly.
There is no value behind it.
Exactly. That is what money is.
Yeah. And you cannot create money without work. You cannot create value without work, which again, we're finding
If
out.
you're on this
You can
planet,
print. Yeah.
if you're on this planet, you gotta put in work for anything to ever. That's how the heart rotates. We're able to be in this planet because the heart is rotating.
Tell them,
The
son.
heart is putting in work every day.
Yeah.
A
Every
tree
day.
doesn't just grow; it puts in work to grow. Now, what makes you think that you can just put money out of nowhere?
You know,
Eternal.
it is it's even in physics, man. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred from one form to another.
Oh, yeah.
If you create value, which has to be your work, right? If you build a car, you have now created value, right?
Proof of work.
You cannot just suddenly decide that this is a car and you sell it to someone. You have to do research. You have to get a team. You create this value. And then now it can be exchanged for value on another end where someone says, I want the car and I'm willing to give them this thing of mine that I find to be valuable. Right now we're using dollars. But really, I could give someone maybe a cow, like you were saying, or a jug of milk, or multiple jugs of milk in exchange for a car. If they find that jug of milk valuable to them,
To them.
exchange of value. So we're still living in a scam with this traditional banking system. Now, so why a bank or traditional bank in this case then? Because it seems that the only use at this point in time is convenience, right? The ability to make cash withdrawals, pay for things with a linked card, which I'm not gonna lie, very convenient.
Debit
But
card.
the system behind it has been perverted, right? We don't care for the rest of it. And of course, credit cards and so on and so forth.
Did you connect a dot there? You put your money
What
in the
is that?
bank, but then I give you back a debit card. How do you debit? Like it's my money. Why is it now a
Exactly.
debit card? How am I debiting like my own value? Like, come on, man.
Well, how are they going to charge you service fees, sir, if they cannot give you something to make you feel like,
Wake up,
Yeah.
people! Wake up!
people will say you're paying for the convenience, right? But at what cost? Like, to how much should that convenience be? While there are alternatives, because you can scan to pay for things now. You don't need a card. So what convenience are we talking about? I guess everyone could run their own server. That's what running a node is. It's going to cost you $200 and you can transact on Bitcoin forever.
Forever, ever.
Okay. So in 2022, then, most of everything is digital, right? Not only that, why would you let a third party at this point in time store your value? Meanwhile, you currently have the ability to store that value yourself. And so not only are they storing your value, the interest rates which they promise to you are extremely low. Clearly a scam, right? You're getting
1%,
ripped off
2%.
compared to what they make on your money. Of course, the high fees and charges, as we already spoke, slow services in transfers and things like that. You cannot even, if you're going to transfer globally, it's going to incur some extra charges. You can do it on the Lightning Network instantly, final settlement. I don't know why. It's almost like society is at this point where Bitcoin is like, hey, here's a Ferrari, right? The best Ferrari you ever have. Incredible.
Like the
Here,
one down
you
the
can-
street, that red
yeah.
one.
Exactly. Like you can have it. Oh yeah, like the one down the street, right? You can have it, man. It's all yours. But society is like, nah.
Give me
I think
bicycle.
I'm gonna stick with I want my '92 Honda Civic with 3 donuts on it.
Hey, that's a beautiful car, bro.
It's not a beautiful car. It's an ugly ass car, bro. Call it for what it is. People might want to give this whole, oh, well, it's humble. It's point A to point B. Lie. It's bullshit. Okay? It's an ugly ass car. It has 3 donuts on it. It's unsafe. You're going down the highway. Nobody respects you. Okay?
Oh,
Even
my
people on a bicycle are like, don't park that thing next to my bicycle. It is ugly. And people may say whatever they want to say to make themselves feel better. Listen, driving an old ass, ugly ass car is not it's not a badge of honor. You understand? I understand that if that's all you can afford, that's all you can afford. But then again, let me roll you back to this example. Bitcoin is saying, here is a free Ferrari. Nobody's asking you to buy it. And you're saying, no, I want to keep driving this Honda because this is what I can afford. The mindset should be, I will take that Ferrari, I will learn it, I will understand it, and I'll do what I need to do to keep it going. Simple as that.
That was a video we did back where you said people are just lazy, or maybe people don't want change.
Oh, people are lazy for sure. By default. And it's not just me trying to blast people. It's a natural state.
It's a fact. It's a fact. Comfort
Yeah.
zone. That
Yeah,
old
it's comfort
comfort zone
zone.
mentality. And then
Exactly.
another video that we just did recently. We talked about how banks are using your money to get super rich, like yacht type money rich.
Yeah. Exactly.
Check that out if you haven't checked
Check
that
that
out
out
yet.
for sure. I like that video. That was
Yeah.
a pretty cool one.
And you have not liked and subscribed by now. You might want to do that because we got the
Hey,
hit
man.
coming. We got more
Listen.
coming.
If you don't like and subscribe, you're driving in a Honda with 3 donuts. 92. All good though. We're not knocking it. Even though I just came from blasting it majorly.
Just tell our viewers that they're lazy, man.
No, I mean,
Don't be
listen,
lazy.
man.
Push them. Just go ahead and
I'm
click the
not
subscribe button.
I'm not telling our viewers that they're lazy. I'm letting them know that be aware that the default state of human beings is laziness. So in order to see change, it will not happen in a state of laziness.
Positive change.
You must wake up and work. Even negative change. Negative change will not happen either if you don't put in effort.
True.
If you want to
true.
be a couch potato, you have to get chips. And you have to do something to get those chips.
Get up and go get the chips.
Okay? So being in the same place. There is this thing I read somewhere, and it says if you're worried about what is in the future, right? The past is scarier. What is coming after you is scarier. So you cannot stay in the same place.
Yep.
You understand? Because if you stay in the same place, that's when you get captured by things like your money being devalued by exorbitant amounts of inflation. You understand? The only way is you must make more money than you were making before.
Yep.
Because despite what is happening, yes, we want to protest and all of that stuff, but we must keep moving.
Constant drive for better.
Exactly. But it's, hey, what do I know? One of those things. Now, blockchains go beyond fintech and banks, of course, right? Like Bitcoin, for example, as I was saying here, you have this ability to store your own money, just the same as we did back in the day with cash, right? And gold before the government took it from everyone. Exchanging services value globally, instant settlement.
Globally,
right?
I like that because I'm about to make an international travel, and
Oh yeah,
globally
there
are
you
nuts. On the
Hey.
blockchain network, on the Bitcoin network,
So
no
you might
transaction
receive
fees, man.
you might receive international sats. You see, there we go. Now, increase speed with the decentralized ledger. Of course, we know the Lightning Network is here as well, and so we have all the features. We have all the things that it takes for you to store your own money, and for that money and that value, right, to keep growing over time. I know everyone is gonna go, well, but Bitcoin is going down right now.
Yeah.
Well, I will also point out to you that your dollar can no longer buy the same amount of gas
But
as before,
just last year.
right? So if we're going to look at it in technical analysis, which is something that we love to do, what do they say? Zoom out, right? Look to the left, zoom out and see the performance of the asset over time. Because people have said, well, Bitcoin is crashing. They said that at $100, they said it at $20,000, they said it at, other prices, $40,000.
Even
right?
right now, it's crashing.
Yes, they even said it at before even 25 cents.
Bitcoin
So-
is dead.
Exactly. But when you look at the chart over time, this thing has outperformed any asset that any human has ever seen until we all saw Bitcoin. So that's why I think, I think for these reasons, it is absolutely asinine. Does not make sense to be storing your value in traditional banks anymore. The traditional banks have already been beaten by Bitcoin. There is not even a competition. People just need to get the education. Your thoughts, sir?
Yeah. That was once a startup that I co-founded called Green Africa Airways, and our theme was Welcome to the Future. The goal was a future where normal people, the regular people, can fly across the country without the exorbitant expenses of getting from location A to location B.
Of
But
course.
ever since my partner has cheated me out of that business, I'm not surprised to see that the so-called everybody can fly prize is now getting expensive. But now, let's talk about Bitcoin here. Let's talk about the future. Welcome to the future. This is the real future here, where your money, your value is yours. It's not locked up in some brick and mortar place, charging some exorbitant amount of fees, causing a huge amount of expenses and damage to the environment. I'm sure you've seen the banks and how big those banks are. They are massive. That's your money in there, destroying the environment, right? Money where a future where you can be sovereign and your money, your value is yours. That is the future that Bitcoin is giving you. This is the real welcome to the future. Bitcoin.
Well, listen, man. Very good points you make there. I hope that someone needs to hear this, and I know like not everyone is going to necessarily get our style of delivering things to people, but you never know who's listening to you. So I'm really hoping that someone gets it and that they teach the next person after they get it, and so on and so forth, because this is the way we achieve that adoption, right? So incredible. Final thoughts, sir.
If you have not liked or subscribed yet, you just might want to do that right now.
Yep.
This was a great show, and we have a lot more coming every day. Check us out on STAKK on YouTube. We have a ton of videos there. Short videos. We used to do technical analysis. As a matter of fact, we're live every Monday on the Gentlemen of Crypto show.
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir. STAKK Fiend on Twitter. This is where all the action is. And of course, if you want to be a dinosaur, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook.
And if you want to have a conversation, you like the show, you want to get on the show, let's do some podcasts. Ooh,
Yeah.
Definitely welcome all points of view. You want to talk about another altcoin and Pashos? We'll welcome you on the show. We'll talk about it.
I'd like for someone to come talk about some more coins with us. That would be great.
Can't
Incredible. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Until next time, Brazen out.